So we just saw the trailer for Star Wars Rogue One, or Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, whatever the fuck it's called, and I gotta say it was pretty cool. What'd you guys think?
Is that
I
with
really
the
liked it. I liked
reshoots?
it.
That's my only question. Is that with the reshoots?
Who cares? It looks great. The music's awesome. No, there's a lot of, you can tell a lot of cinematography that we haven't seen in any of the other Star Wars films.
Oh,
and that's
definitely.
gonna set it apart.
See, now that's the one thing I don't like about these movies. With this, you are in a New Hope time frame. Make it look like a New Hope, and then when you make episode 7, 8, 9, and whatever, then you can experiment. But you're stuck in that time frame.
The thing is, though, in A New Hope, it was all steady cams, it was all static shots. If we're doing a war film, I think it is appropriate to do handhelds to give it that kind of on-the-ground feeling. I mean, this looks... we're watching it as we're talking right now. It looks like an actual like a war film set in the Star Wars universe. I've never seen that.
It looks more realistic than episode 7. Like, the
It
Jakku
does look-
stuff
it-
looks all CG.
It does look realistic. Even the first shot of the trailer, where it's this overview of the city like on top of a mountain, it looks like they built that model and they just added CG elements here and there. It looks like they actually built it on a soundstage.
That one Star Destroyer looks like a model too.
But that's a good thing,
Yeah.
because it looks
Yeah,
just
that is
like...
a great. It looks great.
Yeah, they're
Sort of canyon there, and then I think my personal favorite scene, you guys should chime in with yours, is when the Death Star causes an eclipse. That looked fucking cool.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that's
that
the
does
one
look
thing
awesome.
I thought looked really retarded. Sorry, because like that was too on the nose. I'm like, come on.
You were immediately like, okay, there's the iconic shot of the movie.
I don't know. I like the shot of these stormtroopers taking the X-wing fighters like in chains. I really like that because that I've never seen that before, and I really think that's cool.
When the X-wings were flying through the canyon and shooting at the the Imperial ground troops or whatever, that reminded me of fucking Rogue Squadron, which is one of my favorite video games. So that's cool. Based on trailers alone, I'm more excited for this than Episode 7 because you can't really ruin any of the other characters. Everyone's new. I just hope they don't fuck up Darth Vader.
Yeah, it seems that they're doing a lot of kind of this World War II ground fighting, stuff, which I really love that, and I really love that they're trying to do that in this. It looks awesome.
One thing they're doing in the trailer that's making me nervous is there's a shot where this planet's getting destroyed and this ship is flying away from the destruction. So I'm assuming it's...
See, that was my favorite. That was my favorite.
I think... Shot. See, that's where you take Star Wars and you try to modernize it too much, and it seems cliched. Like, the Death Star zapped the planet, instant destruction. There's no time to fly away.
That's true. I will. Yeah,
it turns
I will
to
give you
rubble.
that. I will give you that. It is fucking gone.
It doesn't implode upon itself. It's not some big epic thing. It's just it's not a nuke. It's just boom, destroyed into dust, done in an instant.
Yeah.
This shows that there's time for a human to escape and words to be said. On the other ones, when you see the Death Star shoot stuff, it's done. So.
Well, wait a minute. Didn't they say that it's a test of the Death Star?
Maybe they haven't
weapons. Maybe they haven't calibrated the
they're not
weapon
use
enough.
All their juice on an initial test, but
right.
But we don't know. We don't know.
This movie takes place right before Episode 4, like right before.
Sure.
Literally in that movie, they say this space station is now fully operational.
Yeah, they do.
They explain that it just is new in that movie. So you would think, like, when they tested the nuke, they wouldn't test like the strongest nuke, but they wouldn't like. I don't know. That's just me nitpicking.
Well,
they still destroyed the planet.
What we know is the end of Rogue One is right before the movie. We don't know what the timeline of the rest of the movie is going to be.
All Star Wars movies take place over a short period of time or an indiscernible amount of time. They've never, with the exception of Episode 3, every other Star Wars movie has been like quick succession. In Episode 3, they don't even let you know time has passed, with the exception of the pregnancy.
Right. I got a question for you guys now. Before this trailer, you guys had certain opinions on the film. After watching it, does it change anyone's mind about if they think it's going to be good or bad?
I'm more excited for it now.
Yeah, I am too. It looks good.
This trailer was a lot more epic than the last trailer, and then they also talked about the reshoots, so that kind of brought me down on the film. And now with this, I'm a little more excited about it.
Yeah, I was gonna see it no matter what. Now I'm not dreading to watch this movie. I will love this movie if they don't shove fucking like politics into this movie. Like, this chick needs to just be a character for the sake of being a character, not I'm a strong woman. Like, if I hear that bullshit, I'm fucking done with these movies.
No. Well,
she needs to fucking die. She needs to die.
I have a feeling that her character, from what I've seen in the trailers, I have a feeling that that main character is going to fall flat.
She has to die, though, dude. She will not fit in with the rest of the movie unless you're going to try to George Lucas it up and CGI her into the other films. She's
All right.
got to go.
She's in like the room with Mon Mothma in episode whatever, just helping
Oh
plan.
my god! That's what I want. That's exactly what I want.
One of the last things I want to add on here is that I mean she has to die. I mean, like we're saying, it only makes sense. Not only would it make Darth Vader look like a huge bitch if he loses, but I feel like it would totally kind of kill what that first trilogy was.
Yeah, this is the most important one. Now, I would have liked had Disney taken a risk and launched this movie first, because that way you could get the whole audience with the nostalgia, because you have TIE Fighters, the Death Star, X-Wing, Star Destroyers, the exact versions from the original trilogy. You lull these people and you give them that sense of security with this movie, because then you're not derivative of A New Hope. It's like, oh, this was right before New Hope, and this is the kind of action and excitement you're going to get from Disney Star Wars. Had this been if this had been out before Episode 7, I would have a much different tone, or I'd be singing a different tune about Star Wars. I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'm on board, leave the original shit, let's jump into something new.
But then you get into Episode 7
See,
and be
my
like,
whole thing
fuck
is my
this.
whole thing. The trailer for Episode 7, the first trailer, I liked a lot, and
The one that
wasn't
showed
good.
nothing?
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
that one I'm still worried about. Number 2, as long as they don't make her out to be like the next Han Solo, I'll like it. But I'm really worried. They even have the droid saying, we have a 97 probability of failure. I'm like, I swear to God, if they do the don't tell me the odds thing, I'm going to fucking shoot someone. Like that. I'm super worried about that. I think as long as they don't make her out to be like the next Han Solo, I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm worried. Like I told you, man, these characters aren't so much characters as they are a fucking political statement, and I don't like that in movies. And sometimes when you don't have a strong enough brand, like with Ghostbusters, they tried that shit. People didn't want it. People didn't take it.
Well, and even then with Super, it's like the female like Ocean's 8. The Ocean's movies are not that big of a brand. They're just like they just happened all together, and they're okay movies, and they just like think, yeah, that's iconic. We'll just use that as as our political statement for this this thing. No, what the fuck are you doing?
I keep watching this trailer as we talk, which is really rare. I only
Same
watch
here.
trailers once or twice. There's a lot going on, and I hate to say it, but Forrest Whitaker seems out of place because he's such a
Yeah.
well-known actor. It's like it's all these Star Wars characters, and then Forrest Whitaker shows up. I think it's a
But what I
problem.
noticed about him is in this trailer he has hair and a beard, and if you guys recall from earlier ones, he was bald and clean shaven.
Correct.
So obviously they went back and either there is time that passes enough for him to either grow his hair or get a haircut, or they went back
Was
and
he?
redesigned the character.
Or maybe not. I'm not trying to be contradictory as an asshole, but maybe like he shaves and gets ready for battle. Like maybe that's the first appearance we see of him when this Jin Urso or whatever her fucking name is shows up, and then like that's his battle look or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that might be entirely.
I feel like that's as deep as a lot of Star Wars movies go. But to go off what you're saying, Dustin, I wouldn't mind seeing a long period of time in a Star Wars movie. Like I want to okay, you have the Empire appear essentially in Revenge of the Sith. At the very end, you see the Death Star being constructed, blah blah blah. Now you got this. It would be cool if they just used this as a snapshot of the oppression from the Empire without changing any of the events and characters from A New Hope.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you show how regular citizens are being oppressed because we just hear about it from the higher ups.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it seems like they show. I mean, they show a little bit of that in the trailer. It seems like that they're trying to show that in this movie as well. And I really want to see that because it's always been talked about, and we always just see, like space battles or things like that all the time, and like that's fun. But let's see some of the other stuff as well.
No, this trailer is definitely. I was looking forward to it before. My kids keep asking me when it comes out, but I'm definitely. Any reservation I had before is gone. It looks gorgeous and fantastic trailer all around.
And it's nice to see
I'd
some
agree.
of the things from A New Hope come back, like the jacket designs, the fucking war room. I don't know what planet.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's really not important. But there's something about this woman I don't like. I don't need it to be a dude, but they pick these little.
They're trying to make her the next like cool Han Solo character. Now, and again, I could be wrong. She could be something different, an original take on the person who stole the Death Star plans. I'm cool with that. But this this idea like she's automatically the outcast, that they don't trust her, but they're trusting her to get the plans. That part doesn't make sense to me. That's what I'm worried about. Can we? She comes to the meeting room in chains. Can we trust you to that? But we want you to go get the plans for us. Like, if she's so untrustworthy, why would you not expect her to just go to the Empire and say, "Hey, give me a better deal"?
Well,
Remember
in the original trailer, they show that she wears a TIE fighter's
right.
uniform. So maybe she used, like, okay, Han Solo in the original canon, which, remember, Dion, I want to ask you a question about the original canon before the show's over. In the original canon, like, Han Solo was in the Imperial Army and saw how they treated Wookiees, rescued Chewbacca, escaped, and became a fucking smuggler. So maybe she was associated with the Empire, but then again, the Empire really doesn't hire women at all.
Right, they're very.
It's kind of like the Nazi part. It's not even sexist, Dion. It's like realistic to the fucking military. They have female soldiers nowadays, but like World War II, my grandma was in World War II. You know what my grandma did? She was like a code decipher in Hawaii or something. Okay. They didn't send women to the front line. That's just a more modern thing. And like a couple of years ago, they had that whole thing about female Army Rangers, and none of them passed the test. I mean,
right.
I'm just saying, when it comes to like shit like military and stuff where people's lives are on the lines, I don't care about equality. You want the best of the best.
Yeah,
It's all white dudes. I don't care if it's all black dudes. I don't give a fuck what color you are. If it's the dudes that pass the test, you get the best. Sorry, that rhymed. I didn't mean it to.
Okay.
I put the
Easy,
comparisons up in the chat.
You know what, Phil? I see that. Forrest Whitaker's eye looks straight when he's got hair.
He does.
That's because his hair is crooked and it makes his eye look straight. That's how that works.
Okay.
Yeah, his hair's all his hair's all fucked up on one side and it makes his eye look straight. It's just the way it works.
So I'm looking at this trailer again. You see the Death Star's satellite dish or whatever it's called, get installed, and it's cool because it actually shows you how little Star Destroyers are in comparison to the Death Star.
Yeah, I like that.
And I like the nice scale because in the original movie you saw a Death Star come from the foreground towards the Death Star, and then you saw a few shots of TIE fighters fly around it, but you never got that massive scale. Even when the Millennium Falcon left the Death Star, I mean, it's still, you were looking at the Death Star, you didn't even get to see it in the whole frame. So that's pretty cool. What else you guys got to say? Because I don't want to monopolize this whole thing. I got a lot to say.
No, I gotta go back to the gorgeous scenery. We're looking at stuff that, we've seen Tatooine, but we haven't seen structures or formations like this. We're gonna have a jungle planet like it.
Well, one thing, not to be an asshole, but we do know what planet it is now. If you pause the trailer at the 36-second marker, they're on Yavin 4 because there's all the ruins that are in the New Hope right there.
But is that the same planet that's in the shot with the Star Destroyer earlier?
Oh, I don't know, but when you're talking about the jungle planet is Yavin 4, so that's, let me say, we've been there.
Right, but I'm talking about this desert-looking one with the giant castle-looking structure.
Oh, okay. I was just saying, I know that one planet for sure. Yeah, of course there's going to be new planets. And the cool thing is, this looks like the real world. Like, I'm not trying to harp it on Episode 7 again, but, like, Jakku looked fake. It looked like a movie set, and it looked like CGI, like that giant Star Destroyer. I assume that this movie has a smaller budget, but the effects...
Which is fine, because, like, because all the effects...
More impressive.
Yeah, it's a lot of physical effects, a lot of practical effects, a lot of practical sets and things, and that's fine. And I think that's where it's gonna, really shine and play better than Episode 7 is because things look practical and they seem practical.
I don't think somebody will make.
Where did you see Jakku?
No, we're talking about the scenery. 7, we're comparing the effects.
Oh, I thought you said
that main bad guy, the guy that's where I'm assuming he's a Moff.
Oh, the Gray Cape guy.
Yeah, he looks fucking sinister in this.
He looks awesome. Now, is that supposed to be Grand Moff Tarkin?
No. This movie's supposed to take place. Grand Moff Tarkin's doing his thing. You guys know who that is, right? It's Daggett from The Dark Knight Rises. It's the bad guy that Bane breaks his neck.
Oh, I was talking about the character. Yeah, I knew that was the guy.
Well, we were talking about the character.
Oh, I know that, but I'm just saying, no, that's not Grand Moff Tarkin, because this movie, let's hypothetically say this movie takes place weeks before A New Hope. Maybe days. I don't know. But we know what's going on currently. Like, concurrently with this, we know Luke Skywalker's on Tatooine. We know Princess Leia is doing shit with the Alliance.
Man, these ships look incredible. I mean, the X-Wing looking thing kind of looks a little CGI'd, especially on the engines.
The takeoff, yeah, that's the one shot I was commenting on earlier.
Yeah, but all the other stuff just looks like actual sets, like actual matter, exist in
Yeah,
reality.
yeah. They look like they exist. Yeah, exactly. They look like they exist in reality, which is good. I'm glad they've taken the time and done that.
Hey guys, do me a
Makes a
favor.
big difference.
If you got the trailer up still, go to the 43-second marker. There are sand troopers that have kidnapped Rebel X-wing fighter pilots.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about
And
earlier.
the cool thing is that the Rebel X-wing fighter pilots have 70s haircuts.
Let's see.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They
And I
do.
noticed
Oh, they
that,
do.
The main guy, the Diego or whatever the fuck, I'm assuming his name's Diego,
Yeah,
has kind of a 70s haircut. It's a little more modernized, but he still has that kind of shag with a little sideburnnage going on.
and
That one sniper guy looks like he's homeless.
well, he is.
Well, yeah, he did say they destroyed our home.
Had that, 70s had that homeless look to him. It was like homeless chic.
Yeah, I've seen the Deer Hunter. I do like that they're, keeping that kind of aesthetic. And what's cool in many ways is that hairstyle's come back in fashion. Like, I remember in high school, a lot of dudes had that Luke Skywalker looking haircut, the, like, shaggy mop thing. So that kind of made Star Wars relevant again. Not relevant, but it didn't make it remodern, but it doesn't make it look as dated, because something came back in style, and people don't think about it. They just watch a movie, they see a dude with a similar haircut, they kind of just are like, oh, whatever.
I wonder if that trailer will be in theaters this weekend, because I would like to see that on a big screen.
Not for Sausage Party, it won't be.
Yeah, hey, you never know.
I'm going to go with no on this one, because, remember, trailers are usually based on the demographic. So, like, if I go to a kid's movie, I'm not going to see a trailer for The Purge. Now, if I go see The Purge, I'm not going to see a trailer for The Jungle Book. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, but I would
Exactly.
love to.
Oh, I would love to make a kid watch a fucking terrible trailer and scare him, but whatever.
Do you guys have any other thoughts on this trailer?
I do. I would just like to say two things. The fucking tank, that looks cool. That looks like an old Star Wars toy, something, or a Ralph McQuarrie painting. That's neat. But I absolutely hate when the stormtroopers get shot and they, like, blow up on wire work. I don't like that kind of shit in Star Wars. That's where the disconnect comes from me.
That scene where I think Dion mentioned it, where the TIE fighter comes up to the platform,
Yeah.
where that looks like, if you pause it and look at it, 143, I can't tell what planet that is. That doesn't look like Yavin.
Well, they're probably gonna have planets that aren't.
I
even
see
in the
cities
planet.
in the
They're gonna-
background.
Yeah, they're not gonna have.
I bet
a
you
lot
that's
of planets
Alderaan,
in the canon, so.
though. I bet you that's Alderaan, because you remember how I was bitching about they're destroying a planet? I bet you that's Alderaan getting destroyed. No, I'm not saying Alderaan, but I bet it'd be cool if that was on Alderaan. Like, this movie actually takes place during A New Hope. That would be even cooler. Instead of it
Well,
having the end.
I don't think it's gonna be Alderaan because they have the plans before.
Like-
The plans have been gotten by that point.
Yeah,
so
but
that's what they're looking for.
That'd be awesome if this movie ended on them destroying Alderaan.
Yeah, and they're all on Alderaan. Like,
Yeah.
they're going to escape.
That's how she dies!
That would be
Yeah, they got the plans for Princess Leia, so the epilogue of the film is like 10 minutes of them celebrating and going over their shit. And then they look into the sky and see a big laser coming at them, then it just cuts to black.
I
That
would
was
love
so
it.
nuts.
This would be my fourth favorite Star Wars movie if that's how it ends. I wouldn't.
You mentioned that you didn't like the rocket shooting the AT-AT.
Yeah.
What do you?
It doesn't blow it up. All it does is nick it, and then
Looks
it
like
just
it's out its gun.
yeah, it hits it and doesn't explode it. It just turns away.
Oh, I understand it's not like a basic AT-AT walker, but in the old movies they set a precedent. Like, that is
These
like
things aren't very well made. Yeah.
I mean,
But still, the thing is, I don't think it does much damage. I think it was just some quick editing that gave the illusion of destruction.
that's the kind of problems I have. It's like, you have set a precedent in these older movies. You have to stick with them because you can't erase that from I'd say 1 billion people have seen Star Wars. You can't erase it from the 1 billion Star Wars fans. You can't erase it from every home movie viewing. It's like, it's part of it. You can't take it away. That's just like, oh.
Right, and I think in the movie, well, it'll be made clear that it definitely does not destroy it. It just, I guess, shows how they're trying everything they can, and it's all futile.
Well, I just hope that this movie is not cut the way this trailer is, because it is too frantic. And you were mentioning about how Star Wars is all Steadicam. I want you to go back and watch A New Hope, and the scene where they're in the Death Star conference room, and they're talking about where the guy goes, "This is now the ultimate power in the universe." Just watch the shot of that, like the way the camera comes in. It's on a dolly, it zooms around, and then it zooms up to the guy. It's like the coolest shot in the movie that no one ever talks about. Really, really good filmmaking. I think Star Wars has a lot more going on than we realize. Like
Well, and that's the thing. I think they're so good at their craft that
exactly.
we
If
can
they're that good at their craft that you don't know what's going on, then you know it's good.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like a referee in a pro wrestling match. The best ones are the ones you don't even realize are there.
Amen.
Exactly.
I love Earl Hebner though.
What do you think about Vader in the trailer? The tiny little glimpse we get.
Perfect.
That's all you need.
I like the screen in the background. It looks like they did in the screens in the original movies did.
Thank you. That's the type of shit I'm talking about, man. When you tell a retro,
You're not automatically advancing the technology because we have it. You're going back to what they had then.
Exactly,
When they first
and
told the
that's
story.
and that's a lot of prequels to sci-fi movies that they've done where it's just like, oh, the tech's better than it was, in the other movie. That doesn't make sense. Like Prometheus really fucked up on that.
Well, I'll give Lucas credit on the prequels. If you look at like the holographic technology, it's actually worse than what it's in A New Hope. So they do that in Star Wars already. I got to give them credit. This trailer's awesome. I'm excited. I want to see this movie. Yeah. I hope Darth Vader kills this woman.
I know. And fans, you can find out everything that we think about Star Wars, the original trilogy, the prequels, every trailer that comes out on this channel. So make sure to click like, comment, subscribe, and visit our sponsors. What's the website, Jeff?
IncarnateStudios.com. There's a hyphen between Incarnate and Studios. They got Star Wars shirts. They got all kinds of great t-shirts. You'll help support the channel. And if you can't afford to support it that way, just go on Facebook, give them a like, and share their shirts. Either way, you're helping us out, and you're a part of World Class Bullshitters too.
Comment on the videos. You get it read on air. Ask questions. Jeff will give you a shout out if he likes your questions.
We love our fans. The more you guys interact with us, the more we put you out there. Let's grow together. I thought the trailer was awesome. Sounds like all you guys did. Fans, make sure you let us know. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let us know.
Currently got 10,849 likes and 69 dislikes.
Well, you just told the fans what time it was when we recorded this video. But this is, as always, this is World Class Bullshitters. There'll be tons of Star Wars news in the future. Have a good one.